First day of the week. First day of the work week. You know. Ooh. What is happening? Why can I... One second. Let's just go ahead and not do that. Okay. Much better. Now I don't hear, like, the echo of myself. Alright, time to, as always, continue the towers. Yeah, I think using the logs there really works. So... Or at least it works better than using the planks. I can never actually tell when it's ready. Age 6, but like what's the age when it's ready? Whatever. Ah, beans. How could I forget? 64, it takes 77, I think. Oh! Thanks, K9. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Jeez. But I'm glad. I don't really have anything else to say other than that. I'm glad that I make somebody's day. That is so sweet. Thank you. I mean, all I really do is come on and build towers, but... Well... Thanks. I don't... Yeah. Well, I figured that's what you meant. I don't really know if that's the goal, or if I just, you know... I'm glad if I just... Well, jeez. I'm glad if I could just have fun and, you know... If I can make people happy. Which, I mean, seems like I nailed that, at least for one person, so... You know, off to a good start there. So what have you been up to, K9? Well, everyone thinks that they're up to not much, but, you know. I think I'm up to not much, but here we are. So what's your version of not much? If that's, I mean, you don't have to tell me if you don't, like, feel comfortable telling me. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, definitely, probably one of the more comfortable spots, right? I've got my computer chair, but it's, if I could figure out a way to set up my setup to game from bed, 100% would. It'd be so much... Oh, wait, I could just grab my pillows. Why am I only just now thinking of this? I could just grab my pillows. Oh my god. Give me a second. I'm gonna... Oh my god, what is wrong with me? 1 second. even have, like, the, oh my god. Why am I like this? Ugh. I don't know if this is gonna fit. It doesn't fit. Ah, beans. Well, it was a good idea while it lasted. I already forgot what my pattern is. It's okay, yeah. Yeah. It would have been great if it had worked. One day I'll get, like, a real chair. I like to look at chairs, you know, even if I'm not, like, gonna get one right now, I still like to look at them. So I'm always like, oh, I should get one of the ones that has, like the, like, massage, you know, like, I know these words. I can think of this. It's like there's those, like, flat pads that you could get with, like, the, plug-in. What? No, I've seen the ones for the mouse pad, for, like, you know, and it makes your wrist not get all messed up, but I haven't seen them for the chairs. If I could get one in brown to match my bear ears. Oh, that could be a whole, oh my goodness. It could be a whole thing. I could have, like, a whole, like, an aesthetic. Ah, beans, I made actual wood. Yes, yes, right? I should do it. Though, I noticed that most, like, what are they called? Like, cat things for computers and for gamers, it's usually, like, pink and white, which is fine, it's just not really my vibe. I don't know. But I was thinking of, actually I've been looking at ways of making your own chairs. Like, it doesn't, like, it would be difficult to an extent, but I actually, like, I went to when I was in high school, I specialized in, manufacturing, so I think I could figure it out. How to make, like, a completely custom computer chair. Like, make it myself. So, it's, yeah, fun to think about, but I don't know if I'll ever actually get around to it. Where am I? Why is my, hold on, there we go. My mouse was acting up for a second. Yeah, I think I'd be able to figure it out. I mean, it's just a base, and then, like, foam. I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know. How would I even... I think Java. I think. I don't even know how I would find that out. Would it be in all of this 600 million information things? I don't know. All this tells me is 1.16.5/vanilla, so... I think when I, like, updated it, I had to, update Java. So I'm pretty sure I'm working with Java here. Come on, it's practically nighttime. Look at this. Look at this. It's practically nighttime. Let me go to bed. Okay. Alright. Back to tower time. Is it like you can't do like cross-play with the other if you play one, or does it kind of just make no difference? I mean, it probably makes a difference, but who knows what that difference might be. How does stairs work? Okay, well, I could definitely see how that would be an issue then. Wait, no. Alright. Maybe there's gotta be some way that I can figure it out. Something. There's gotta be something. I don't know. I'll have to Google it some other time. I knew I forgot something. There it is. Honestly, when you first said that you hope I get big, my first thought was the tower. uh, that's how you know I've been at work like all day. That's the level my brain is at when I get out of work. I hope you get big someday. Clearly they're talking about this tower that I'm building. Because of course. It's like some kind of gamer blessing. May your towers be tall. Beans. Nice. Not what I wanted to do at all. Any tips to survive high school? Well, I went to a tech school, so academics were not the focus for us. We were more, our school system was more concerned with the shops that we were in, and kind of low-key, it was like a pipeline directly into joining the military in a lot of ways. But, yeah, right? So, we weren't really, we were tech school kids, so nobody really expected any of us to go to college. So finals and exams and things, not really stressed. Because we were learning trades, so it was like expected that as soon as you got out of school, you would either join the military or go into your trade. So, I mean, which makes sense in its own way, like, you're going to spend 4 years learning how to do machine tool, why wouldn't you do it? Because it sucks is why. Because as much as you love the trade, the shops suck. The shops are full of, like, tons of awful, like, old school misogynist dudes who, as soon as a teenage girl shows up, they were like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. Like, excuse me, I graduated with the highest grades in my shop. I think I know what I'm doing. But, whatever. Also, the place that I started working right after high school had awful, like, air filtration. So I was like, yeah, I don't really vibe with eventually, like, developing lung cancer from my job. So I'm good. Also, almost all of the jobs, at least for manufacturing, like other shops like carpentry, you can always just become a carpenter. But, like, for manufacturing, a lot of those jobs are military jobs, which is, they pay well and everything, but not exactly a fan of the like, military industrial complex, so. But it's still cool, I still like manufacturing. I don't like the industry of manufacturing. But I like making things. Probably why Minecraft is one of my favorite games. Maybe I should have done carpentry instead. Or masonry. We didn't have masonry at my school, but at one of the other tech schools in the state that I could have gone to, I could have learned masonry, which would have been sick. Like, but, this is the way it happened the way it happened, so. No use in getting all fussed about it now. I just really do. And a surprising number of those skills are transferable as well. But as for normal, like, What do you mean? Have the logs all go the same way? You mean like up and down? They, right, so it depends on what block you're touching. So if I want it face up, I have to touch the bottom. But if I want it face out, I touch the side. And if I want it to face that way, I would touch this side. It always like plants it to whatever face you're touching. So, oh no, it's okay. I mean, I would have gotten sort of distracted by myself anyways. But real actionable tips for surviving high school. I mean, I can give you all the sort of tips that sound very typical, you know. Though my high school experience was pretty non-standard, even beyond the tech school part of it. Like, it was a very small school, so I graduated, you know, I was like in the top 5 of my class, but I was also really good friends with like all the bottom performing students as well, because there was only like 130 kids in the whole school. You know, like, saying that I was top 5, like, that's not impressive when there's only 130 kids. There's not a whole lot of competition, you know. But, like, I don't know, what is your school like? Is it like a giant school, or is it like smaller? Okay. There was one of those, like, one town over. I think that's where my cousin went to middle school, at a school like that. He ended up going to the tech school that I went to as well. But, so I'm imagining, like, your graduating class is a little on the smaller side. Yeah, okay. So, tip number 1, academically, I would say, especially depending on what grade you're in, you know, a lot of people are going to put, like, a lot of pressure on you at some point to figure your shit out, you know. Fair enough. But that can be a good thing, too, because, like, you can kind of build, like, a relationship with them, you know. Like, I had the same homeroom teacher every year. You know, we all, even if you didn't have exactly the same teachers, you still sort of knew all the teachers, because there's only so many, you know. And that can kind of be a nice thing, because you're like forewarned, you know. So you kind of get to know all the teachers' vibes. Like, oh, did that wrong. So you kind of know, like, who's more serious and who's you can kind of get away with stuff with. But beans. Beans. Should I punch my way down, or should I go get another axe? Beans. I'm gonna go get another axe. High school tips. I guess my main thing is, like, don't let yourself get too stressed out about stuff. Because, like, you're gonna have teachers. First of all, you're gonna have so many teachers that are like, oh, you know, you have to take this seriously because when you get into college, nobody's, you know, your teachers aren't gonna take any shit, and, you know, things like that. But when I got to college, the teachers were like, they treated you like human beings, you know? So there's sort of like almost like fear mongering in high school of, like, you know, college is going to be really tough, and, like, it's tough. Depends, especially depending on what you go for. But, like, most college professors are human beings that realize that their students are also human beings. You know, so, like, I wouldn't get too stressed about that. Also, I would not go to a 4-year university. For example, I primarily went to a community college because, good lord, why would you spend all that money on nothing? Like, it's literally the same exact classes. And usually with better teachers, too. Because, like, in my experience, community college professors are, like, the ones that are actually interested in their subjects a little bit more. They, maybe it's because, like, maybe tenure works different or something, but they seem to be a little bit more, like, actually passionate about their subject and teaching their subject, if that makes sense. Bigger universities, like, there's a giant university in my town, well, like, one town over, that a lot of those professors are just there to continue whatever their research is and don't seem to particularly care about what their students get out of it. This is more college talk, though. Let me refocus back onto high school. High school tips. I don't know. Most of high school is difficult. It was difficult. It will always be difficult. For a lot of reasons. There's a lot of, like, social stuff that happens, and it's important, but it's not. Like, everything seems... I remember everything seeming so, like, so intensely important. Like, whether or not I was, like, invited to something, or who was hanging out with who or doing what. Like, all of these things seemed so important when I was in high school. But I knew I was messing up my stairs. Jeez. But like looking back on it now, oh my god, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter now, like at all. I don't talk to any of those people. They Lord. You couldn't pay me to talk to those people. I actually during quarantine, I got a message from one of my friends from high school that was like, "Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I was such an asshole. Like, I should have been a better friend." And I was like, "I literally don't fucking remember like what you're talking about." Like, I have no idea what she was talking about. And maybe it was something super important and big at the time, but like, I have a job. I've got like bills to pay. I got nothing. Like, but it's also very important. It is important. Like, I'm like downplaying, um, like the importance of like things that happen in high school, but at the same time, like it is very important because like that's when you're learning how to be a grown up, you know? So even if I don't remember what she thinks she did or whatever, like the fact that she was reflecting on it and like thinking about it, like yeah, that's an important skill to have. So all those things that seem really important, in the long run, the details aren't going to be important, but like the skills that you build based on them are gonna definitely impact your life later on. God, I sound so old right now. Oh yeah, sorry. I don't know. Good luck on your finals. Just review your notes, rewrite your notes, and it sticks in your brain a lot better. That's my only like academic tip. Correct spacing. I don't know how to count blocks. Okay. I think once I'm done with this level, I might... Wait, that's not right. Once I'm done with this later, I might head, well, maybe not to bed, but, off stream. I should put a little wash in. Ugh. Being a grown-up is so boring. Four, perfect, okay. I'm thinking about getting a back brace to stop myself from slouching so much. It's like becoming a real problem. Should I do the step in, or should I just make it big the whole way up? Like, the towers don't all necessarily need to be the same design. Maybe I'll experiment with like a more circular shape for my next one. Ooh, if I did a circle, I could do like a, oh, what are they called? Like a lighthouse kind of spiral thing. I used to do lighthouse spirals all the time when I used to play Minecraft back in the day. I just make myself sound so fantastically old on these streams. Alright. But I think that layer's done. I think my one viewer right now is possibly a bot. So I'm gonna kill this guy. Gonna save, and I think I'm gonna go to bed. Unless, and if you're not a bot, I'm sorry I called you that. Okay. Bye.